Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So if you followed along recently, I made the glue book folio, and I have now got a whole pile of stuff to the side of me on my desk left over from that project. And because I'm trying to be really trying to be good and disciplined and use things up, you know, as I go, so as I've not got so much mess laying around, I'm going to, I think, try and make a snippet roll or some clusters or, you know, maybe a few of those things with some of the leftover bits. So I'm going to just make the snippet roll with the book page. So I'm just going to chop that down. I've probably done it a little bit wide, but never mind, it doesn't really matter. So just take that down there. Okay. And then I'm just going to, you know, start making my snippet roll up by just obviously gluing together a couple of book pages. So like that. Okay, and I'm just going to now, you know, get using some of my scraps and things like that. So we've got some just little bits of ephemera for our junk journals, but made just purely from, you know, the scraps and the things that are left from, you know, a recent project and things. So I obviously have got a lot of the fussy cut pieces from my glue book favourites, and I've got them obviously in large and also in small, you know, small size. I've got some words and things like that. So I'm just going to work my way through, as I say, just kind of using up some of those little bits and pieces. I've also got obviously some of the collage page left. I don't know whether I want to necessarily use that, because as you can see, if I use that with the you know, fussy cut pieces, they're just going to get lost completely in there. So I think I maybe would be better off actually not using the background pages themselves. I think I would be better off using, you know, other things instead, because otherwise I'm just going to end up with, well, you know, there'll be like nothing to see, because it will all just be hidden in the oh, what's the word? What am I trying to say? It would just be hidden in amongst just a whole bunch of bright colours, I think. So I'm just going to just tear out and cut out just literally scraps and things that are on my desk from other projects that I have been doing. And I'm just going to then, you know, use those. Now, I'm finding these snippet rolls very addictive, I have to say. And yeah, really love doing them. I quite like doing them randomly. I know that kind of I've tried different sort of ways, but for me, I think it's quite fun to just go back and forth along the snippet roll rather than working my way right, you know, right the way down. And that way, what I quite like is you get then, if I'm working right the way down, everything's glued the same way, which then takes a little bit of an appearance of everything being glued the same way. Where if you obviously do it a bit ad hoc, you're going to have things glued, you know, sometimes under and sometimes over. I hope that makes sense. I don't know quite how else to describe that. But the only way I can kind of say is if everything's glued like this, it's all going to be going like that. Do you see what I mean? Everything would be glued to that side, you know, so the overlap's always that side. Whereas if you kind of move up and down along your piece, you're going to just have random, you know, random gluing. And then I think that looks a lot better. But again, you know, that's just my opinion. I'm certainly not in any way trying to kind of tell people how to do it or anything like that. But for me, I think that's kind of a more fun way to do it, is a little bit more random and, you know, having pieces a little bit more just, you know, dotted around rather than methodically working my way down the snippet. Okay, so I'm just going to tear this down. So again, might just have that piece up there. Literally just using, you know, all the things, well, not definitely not all the things off of my desk. My gosh, we'd be here like for a long time, not just one video, but just using a bunch of things, let's just say, that are here just from other things that I've been making. So yeah, I'm really trying to be a little bit better at actually kind of using things as I go, because otherwise I think that's obviously, you know, that's how my desk is such a mess in the first place. So if I try and keep on top of it as I go, it's hopefully going to be a little bit easier to manage, really. Or, you know, a little bit more, keep on topable. I don't think that's really a word, but you know what I mean. So again, just take this and pop that down. So, I mean, that's one whole piece of paper gone from my desk. I mean, it wasn't quite a whole piece of paper, it was kind of smaller, but, you know, that's now an entire thing that was laying around has now gone, which, you know, that feels good, to be honest. So I'm just having a look through now, seeing what else is just, you know, laying about here that I can pull in and use. Again, kind of looking for things that are going to complement this colour-wise. I have got some of my vintage adverts, and this is printed on copy paper. It's actually, you know, doubled up onto the background sheet, but this again might be quite an ideal thing because it's kind of neutral in a lot of the ads. So it's going to then, you know, not monopolise the space, if you see what I mean. You know, it's going to stand out when I put other things beside it. So I'm thinking, yeah, we could definitely use a few of these types of bits. So I'll just chop that down. Okie dokie. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're doing some crafting. What are you doing? Are you doing anything nice? How do you find the snippet rolls? What's your best way to do them? How have you found is the best way that works for you? If you've done them, you know, maybe you haven't done any snippet rolls. I only did my first snippet roll literally during the lockdown. But I have to say, once you've done one, they're kind of addicted. And yeah, you're going to be hooked, I'm sure. Because they're very, very fun. And obviously they're a fantastic way to really get rid of quite a lot of scraps and things like that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that once you've done one, you will do more. They're very, very fun. Okay. And, you know, I mean, it's always great to be able to use up some things that are laying about, isn't it? So, you know, that's just an added bonus, really. Okay. I'll just trim that down. It's a really nice day again. Obviously, I am filming these videos ahead. I know I always say it and it's so boring, but honestly, I just don't want anyone who lives in the UK to like look outside and it be really grey and raining and think, oh my gosh, you know, it's not a nice day. What's she talking about? I'm not lying. It's a nice day here today. It's lovely. We seem to have had another sort of run of nice days, which is awesome. But I think you often get that sort of at the beginning of the autumn, don't you? You get days where, you know, you just have these like beautiful sunny days. Not those crisp, cold sunny days, but actual, true, proper, you know, nice weather days. Yeah, so we've been blessed having a lot of those lately, which has been lovely. Absolutely lovely. Okay. I mean, to be honest, we've been so lucky this entire year. We've had such a fantastic summer. I mean, to the point that obviously I was complaining most of it because it was so hot. But, you know, we've just been so lucky. I can't really remember another summer like it, to be honest. It was just so many weeks of fantastic weather. I think we were really, really, really lucky. Okay, let's just put that in there. Oops, there we go. Actually, I might have that way. Yeah, maybe that way. Okay. And then just again, move it along a little bit. Actually, perhaps we'll have her there. or here, maybe there. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, since doing the Tidy Fridays, I'm feeling much more conscious of trying to keep on top of my stuff. You know, and yeah, I mean, it's not really being kept on top of because it's already messy, but you know, it never did get tidy, if you see what I mean. I haven't been doing the Tidy Fridays for long enough to have made any significant difference, but I'm hoping that, you know, if I try my best to just clear up every so often, well, not clear up, but, you know, work my way through some of my scraps and things, it will just not get quite so out of hand, quite so out of hand in the first place. So hence I thought, let's come along, you know, make a few things here, using up some stuff that's laying about, and you know, then hopefully it's going to kind of just be manageable, always kind of manageable, and not really get to that point where it's like, oh my gosh, I cannot even see my craft mat, let alone the actual desk. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. So I might have this here, and I just pulled in a couple of other bits that were laying around. Oops, I've got a tab there. I mean, really the trick is to not overthink these snippet rolls, and already I've just gone instantly into overthinking. So, you know, definitely I'm not the best person to advise you in any way, shape or form. I love how that looks, actually, the blue. Yeah, not the best person to be advising at all, but they're so fun to do. And I love the way that they all just turn out so completely differently. And not only do each snippet roll turn out differently, but the entire length of the snippet roll turns out completely differently. You know, you get sort of a part of it that has one thing, and then another part with a different element, you know, and it all takes on this absolutely amazing appearance, you know, which is really fun. Really fun. So, yeah, if you haven't tried one, definitely, they're very, very fun to do. So I would definitely recommend doing one. As I say, I mean, you probably all have, more or less all of you, done one anyway, but just in case you haven't. Now I've got some of my little photographs here, and so I'm wondering whether I might be able to just incorporate a bit of those as well in here. I mean, that might be getting a little bit cluttered in there, but maybe she could go there. Oh, she's quite nice there, I think. So I need to put something up here. That's a bit strange, right? We won't have that. Now, what do I want to have up here? Could maybe have some sheet music. Let me just have a look. Or I've got... Oh no, I don't want to have that. Isn't that so gorgeous? Yeah, I'm now hoarding that. Like, well, I have no idea what that's about. Why would I be hoarding that? I don't know. But there is a tendency to want to. So could have her there. I mean, this is turning out a super colourful snippet roll, I have to say. And who knows, you know, I might get to the end and think, oh gosh, that's just like way too colourful. You know, it just needs reining back in. You know, but it might turn out that it's actually just really eclectic and gorgeous, you know, really yummy. Let's just have a look. I think what's quite nice is to have just some neutrally type pieces to use for your snippet rolls. So I'm just going to pull in, you know, my smallish, I'm saying. What's this called? You know, my lid with scraps in it, and see whether I've got any kind of neutrally type bits that I can use from here. Not that, because it's a little bit too neutral. And if not, I'll have to pull in my ephemera box and see whether I've got anything there. But because, I mean, we can't have this with too many different sort of colours and things. It's just going to look revolting. But But I do want it quite colourful and eclectic. But yeah, I mean, sometimes it can get a little bit too much, where then it's like, oh my gosh, this is just, you know, horrible to look at. So I don't want to go for that appearance. Obviously, I want to go for, you know, still looks nice. Ah, that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, just kind of tones that down slightly. So I'm just going to see whether we could have that frame in there. Yeah, I quite like that. So, whoa, gosh, come back. Oh, I'm struggling to pick that up now. It's gone right under my chair. Okay. Oh, I didn't realise that was actually folded. So, yeah, I've actually got another piece now to use somewhere else as well. But who knew? I certainly didn't know that. Okay, so we go down here. Okay, and pop that there at the end, and then I'm going to pop this frame down first. Okay, like that. Tuck that right down, sort of in there. And then these two I'm going to kind of glue together because I've hooked her into the leaf there. So just glue those together, and then I'll kind of go on the other side and glue underneath her, if you see what I mean. So let's turn them over, pop them down there like that. And then I just need to go in here and just glue that down. There we go. Okay, so that's really nice, isn't it? Now I've just got this little space here, which obviously I'm not, you know, not happy kind of having a space. So let's just see what we might put there. We could have just a little word or something. That might be a bit strange. Let me just see what else I've got in my stamped items box. Oh, I can't really tell which way that needs to go. Maybe that way. No, I need something longer from the stamped items would be good. Is something to actually fill that gap. I've got this, but this doesn't feel quite right to me because it doesn't feel like it's a camera of the right era to have with her. She feels very old, and that camera's not really old enough. Got the hot air balloon. Again, that's not quite big enough. Isn't that just typical? Got daffodil. Well, we could have the daffodil. I mean, I know that's quite bright, but let me just see what else I've got. Got these flowers. Well, we could have those. And then we have kind of, if we snip this, we would have two very different sections, which, you know, I like that. So let's take this piece and pop that down. And, you know, don't forget, most of this is going to be inked up anyway. So, you know, once it's inked up, all the white spaces will go and it will just tie in beautifully. So, okay, so that's that piece. Let me just move my scrap bin slightly. So that end is completely done now. So now we'll just kind of work our way along and just, you know, pop some things in randomly along there. So again, I've got that other piece of the scripty piece. So let's just pop that in somewhere. So, where would I like this? Feels like it's the wrong way. Perhaps I need to make it smaller. That might be better. Okay, so it's better smaller. So I'm going to put that up there. I just need to tear that top bit down because that's also then very straight looking, which I'm not so keen on that. So we're just going to pop that in there. Okay. Okay, so that looks really nice. And then I wonder if if we could have one of those daffodils there or something. That's quite nice, isn't it? And then we just need something to fill in that space there. So let's just pop that down. Okay, and what are we going to put in here? Well, I guess we could use one of those little stamped pieces now. Yeah, maybe that. Okay, so that looks quite nice, doesn't it? And don't forget, you know, this is going to be inked. I know I did just say that, but once it's inked, it will all go together much better. So, well, hopefully it will all go together much better. I'm saying that. Oh, let's hope it does. Okay, so that's that daffodil there. So that little section there is kind of done. So we can now kind of work on these couple of sections here. So again, we just want to kind of fill them in a bit. So shall we have another little photo? Shall we use her or shall we use her? Maybe her. So let's just tear her down. We'll just then put her down. So where do we want her? Maybe we will have her here or here. Maybe there. Maybe there. Okay, and let's have a number or something in there. Just kind of to fill that space, I think. And then, did we have some more of that paper? Yeah. So actually, I'm just wondering whether we could have had it like that. And her on there. I don't like that straight edge. I'm going to have to get rid of that because, yeah, it just doesn't really look very nice, I think. Who wants a straight edge? Oh, not me. Not me. All right, let's try it like that. Maybe there. That's quite nice, isn't it? I mean, I know there's a straight edge at the top, but hopefully that's kind of not quite so evident. Okay, let's just glue that down. Okay, oops, move that over slightly. Let me just see whether I've got the height there to tear that. Hopefully. Not quite. Well, she's going to be over quite a bit of that, isn't she? That's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Now I made it too small for there. Unless I obviously cut that down, but then I feel it's a little bit strange having it. I know nobody's going to see the back, so it really doesn't matter, but it feels like, yeah, tampering, so I'm not going to do that. Let's have this here instead, shall we? So let's have it tucked there, I think. And then again, we can then just fill that in and have maybe another daffodil. So we've got a kind of bit of a yellowy section going on, I think. Would be nice. Okay. Like that. And then take that daffodil there. So I just need something in here. What should we have in there? Again, just have a bit of a look through what we've got here to the side. Okay. We've got those pears and things as well, so oops, let me just bring it all in. Oh, I've got a postage stamp actually, which I haven't noticed that. Oh, in fact, have I got two? Oh no, that's some lace, sorry. I couldn't really see what that was. Right, so I've got a little postage stamp here. Oh gosh, I can't see which way up that goes. That way, I think. So we could have just the postage stamp in there. No, no, that's not quite right. That's not quite right. Could have it there. Oh, come on. yeah, I quite like it like that, I think. And then for here, I'm thinking maybe like a book plate or something might be quite nice there. So let me just grab in my book plates. Where are they? Okay, they're just beside my desk. So grab in just maybe a memories or something. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? Okay, so let's just pop that one down. Okay, like that. And then we're just going to have the daffodil, whoops, like that. So it's going to be a long time before we see daffodils again, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, no, that's fine, isn't it? We've had a lovely summer, like we say, so, you know, can't complain really. It's been a long, nice summer. Right, I've got another little bit of the blue text here. So again, let's just see whether we want to have that anywhere. Just going to fill that in there, I think. I try and have a bit of a sort of, you know, what's the word, jaggedy edge to these, so they're all like hanging over, you know, in random ways. You don't, well, I don't necessarily think you want them all level with your strip. I think it's nice to have a sort of eclectic mix of heights, but yeah, I mean, again, no rules, completely, you know, as you fancy doing it. But I just think that adds a little bit of extra interest, doesn't it, to have the different heights in the, you know, on the edges. Could have a rose there. Just thinking kind of, you know, which way would I be cutting this? Maybe I would cut that there, maybe her there, in which case she probably could have a daffodil. You know. So let's just pop her down. You know, and again, I mean, obviously I did stitch my first couple of snippet rolls, but I don't think you have to. I think they're, you know, perfectly nice not stitched. So if you haven't got a sewing machine or anything, you know, no worries. You don't have to sew them at all. I think they look just as nice, you know, not being sewn. There's no rule saying that they have to be stitched. I think they work out just as nice, stitched or not stitched. There we go. And yeah, I'm thinking maybe we could have a dictionary definition or something up there. So let me just put the book plates back and get my dictionary definitions. So again, just pull them in. So I've got here cherish. Chop that down. Oops. So that's quite nice, isn't it? Like that. So, and I mean, to be honest, I might even have to tear the edge of this because it's looking a little bit straight. There we go. That just looks a little bit better to me. So just then glue that down. Okay. Do we want that under that number? I might not really slot under that number actually. Okay, and then we're just going to have the dictionary definition there and then the daffodil there. So okay, pop that in there like that, and then the daffodil. Okay. Oh, we've got lots of nice bright yellows there, which looks really lovely, doesn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to move this along. So we've just got obviously a little infill here to do, and then the end. So again, we'll just kind of work our way along to the end. I I haven't used this piece because I actually am in the middle of another snippet roll, which I'd started off camera, which I'm thinking this would go perfectly for that. So I must not lose it now. I must try and hang on to it in plain sight where I'm not going to lose it. Okay. So what do we want? What do we want on that end? Oh, come on, come on. Sorry, I'm just literally, you know, rummaging through my stash of stuff, really, seeing what I've got that might be good to use. We could just have a one of my little bird houses there, to be honest. That might be quite sweet. Got a piece of doily. So I just wonder whether if we had that sort of effect going on. Not quite sure about that. I mean, I just grabbed that because that was obviously in grabbing distance. And it's always good to just use things if you spot them, isn't it? You know, that's fantastic if you can just make use of things as you see them. But yeah, I mean, they obviously do still have to be the right thing vaguely, don't they? Okay. Well, I'm going to stick this doily down because I think that's pretty good on the end of there. Like that. Okay. Then what do I want to have down here? Well, I guess we could have the sheet music there. Then what are we going to have here? What should we have? What should we have? Oh, again, I've got those lovely boots, which I know I said this before. They honestly, they look great everywhere you put them. So perhaps we should have the boot there and then have something else. Let me just tear that down a bit. Yeah, those boots, they just look good, don't they? Everywhere that they, you know, everywhere that they go, they just have that look about them that looks really good. So let me just bring in, what does this say? Oh, I can't really see what that says, to be honest. What does it say? Oh, that says cherish as well. Okay. Right, so let's just bin that. So we could, yeah, maybe have like the dictionary definition down there. That's maybe a little bit strange, isn't it? Not sure. They maybe are a little bit too monstrous on there. I've got some other flowers here, so let me just have a quick look through. I've got flowers, you know, just beside my you know, in my hexagonal container that Brenda got me. So it's really handy to just be able to sort of pull some in to choose from. Let's just bring those in for a moment and see how they look. So if I was having the boot and the cherish, these might not really fill the space. Yeah, I thought they maybe wouldn't. It's a bit weird, isn't it, having it like that? I'm just having a look around, quickly seeing whether I've got anything else that would just go in there. Oh, isn't it annoying when you just don't have quite the right thing? Oh, well, I obviously have got quite the right thing, but I just haven't found it yet, to be honest. So, yeah. It's obviously laying around here somewhere, but I just haven't spotted it yet. So, I've got some butterflies here. Wow, I've got that one. That's huge. That's just, yeah, too big. Way, way, way too big. What else have I got? I've got some labels. Well, I guess we could have a label That maybe would look okay. And then the flowers. Oh, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Yeah. So much for saying about the, you know, the straight lines. They're all straight lines, aren't they? The label, the dictionary definition. But never mind. Looks okay. Oops. Right, tuck that down like that. And then we're going to stick the sheet. No. Yep, the sheet music next. Now this is where I've moved all the bits and I'm not going to be able to get it all quite back in place. And then I'll still have a tiny gap. The amount of times that that happens, honestly. And that's so frustrating, isn't it? Because you spend all that time planning it out and you think that you've got it. And then when you glue it down, it's just like a fraction over to one side. And then you haven't covered up all your spaces. I've done that so many times, honestly. You would have thought I wouldn't do it anymore, you know, having done it so many times in the past, but for some reason that still happens. Okay, so I'm just going to now pop these flowers down. I think these are actually maybe the bigger flowers to those, to be honest, the ones that I had held there originally. But hey, no one's measuring, are they? So it doesn't matter. And then I'm just going to pop the boot down. Okay. Yay! Oh no, not quite done yet. Suddenly noticed that I've got this space here, so perhaps we'll just fill that space in with these flowers, I think. So which way up do we prefer them? I think probably that way. Yeah, I thought I was done, but no, not quite. Not quite. There we go. Right. Okay, so that's used some of the bits off of my desk from my glue book folio. I have to say, not all of them. I do still have pieces left, but it's not too bad. And obviously, those blue bits, if you're thinking they just look like an eyesore, you know, because they're not really kind of toning very well, once it's all linked up, they will actually tone right down, and then they will go, you know, really nicely. Well, I hope they will. No, I'm sure they will. So yeah, I'm sure it will all look good then. So that's that little strip, and yeah, used some more bits off of my desk. So I'm quite pleased how that's come out. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I may stitch this or I may not, we'll kind of see. But I might add some more bits and pieces, like in the way of lace and things like that as well. Just before I go, I suddenly spotted this and thought, oh, let's just quickly have a look. Yeah, I mean, you know, straight away that lace looks really kind of nice there. So I might just kind of stitch a couple of bits of random lace on and things like that. You know, we'll kind of see. But yeah, I hope that you like it. And thank you so much for watching. Hope that you'll all join me again soon. And thank you so much then. Bye.